Well, I finally got everything I need to start the truck, so hopefully here next week I'll be able to tear that engine apart, get all the new parts on, and get that thing running. For this weekend, my project's to prep these headers. So the headers come pre-painted, but the paint is just to protect it during shipping. So the manufacturer says to mount the headers, run the engine for about 10 minutes, which burns the paint off, then remove the headers, paint them, get them prepped, and then put them back on. I'm not doing all that. That's too much of a hassle in a gravel driveway. If I had a lift, I would do it. But if I could afford a lift, I could afford higher end headers. So one of the first things I read as an alternate method to take them off was to use this. Heat them up and then just scrape the paint off. I tried that and it would have worked. Technically it does work, but it takes for frickin' ever. I'm not gonna spend my time messing with that. So method 2 is what I'm about to start now. I just got some heavy duty stripper. I'm gonna spray this on, let it sit 20-30 minutes, and then see how easy this stuff comes off. And of course the bad reviews on these things said half the cans when you go to spray them, they barely spray and they're just crap from the get-go. Which looks like that's about what I've got. And we might be in business. Well, the can didn't want to cooperate, but we'll see how it goes. I'll come back about 20 minutes and we'll see if it comes off or not. Well, I've got about 3 options here to try to get this stuff off. I've got some different Scotch-Brite pads. I also am going to try this scraper I've got for my Blackstone grill, see how that works, and then 320 sandpaper. So I'm going to see what each one does.
As this video progresses, you'll see this is really just a collection of things that don't work.
Well, the sandpaper definitely does the best, but I think it's going to gum up real quick. So I'm going to get my hose, spray all this stuff off, and then work with the Scotch-Brite pad some more. If that doesn't work well, I'll get the angle grinder out with a wire wheel.
For some reason, I keep thinking I'll find shortcuts on projects like this. Instead, I end up spending way more time on the shortcut than if I would have just listened to the manufacturer from the start.
Yeah, I think I'm going with the wire wheel. That's going to do the trick. But need my hearing protection.
I did have several different brush attachments for my drill that I used as well. Unfortunately, none of them worked.
This is definitely why I need a garage or at least a concrete pad. It would definitely be easier to put on, let it burn off from the engine heat. But put it on and off in a sloped gravel driveway just sucks.
Those of you that watch the video of me actually putting the headers on will see why I wanted to get them painted first. I'll decide later if I want to deal with the hassle of taking them back off to paint them. I might just wait till later though, pull these back off, and then upgrade to either stainless or ceramic headers at that point. My hope was to use the wire wheel to get the majority of the paint off. Then I could use a combination of heat, paint stripper, and sandpaper to get all the spots that the wire wheel wouldn't reach.
Well, this mostly worked. Unfortunately, mostly is not going to cut it. You can see it got a lot of that off. The problem is getting in all the little crevices and cracks. I was hoping that I could get most of it with the wire wheel, and then the tight spots get the gas back out and just heat the thing up. But it's still just taking way too long with the torch to get that stuff to melt off. I might keep working on this side a little bit and see if I can get it better. But I got a feeling I'm gonna have to do what they say and just actually install the things and let the engine heat burn it off. This is the problem with going by these forums. They have a lot of good ideas, it sounds like, but in theory most of them don't work. Or if they do work, it's such a pain in the ass to actually get it to work that it's not worth it.
As a last-ditch effort, I also tried to use a propane torch to get the last bit of paint off. That didn't work either. So it looks like I'll just be installing them and letting the engine heat burn it off.